and they won't press Trump for. Okay, so in the end, there is video footage that clearly shows that Trump's campaign director is following Trump on the left side of Trump with blonde hair, shaved head, like real short haircut. Secret Service to the right of Trump, if you're looking at Trump's back, blonde hair, shaved head, real short haircut. And the female was right next to Secret Service. Trump's manager couldn't have gotten there. It wasn't physically possible.
Right. So basically, what you're saying is she lied through her teeth.
Well, no. Hold on. A news outlet personnel told her, I saw him do that to you. And she said, I didn't see who did it. She said, I don't know who did it. Who just did that to me? Who just took me down to the ground?
Did she even go down to the ground?
No, but the report was she almost was taken to the ground. And it's just like, what? She was seconds. She was seconds from a diabolical fall that would have taken her life. Broken bones and broken spleen.
She could have fallen. Prove to us that she couldn't have fallen. You cannot prove that she almost didn't fall.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So they're calling out the media, this media guy, for saying it was Trump's manager when it wasn't. And it clearly wasn't.
So she was going off of the words of somebody nearby who said, I saw them do that to you.
Yep, 100%. Yep, absolutely.
Oh, boy. Well, come to find out, somebody wrote an article. The guy who wrote the article is a far left guy. He is not a Trump supporter at all. But guess why he wrote the article that I read about this situation? Because he knows that woman personally, knows her well, worked with her, former colleague and all that. He went on and on and on in an article he wrote, pretty much painting her a drama queen, and specifically, he said, from day one, she has always wanted to make every story about her, every time.
Wow.
And this is written by a guy who is a leftist. He hates all Republicans. He absolutely despises Trump. He would never say this because he's a Trump supporter or a Cruz supporter or a Republican or anything. He said it because he is done with her. He is so sick and tired. He's been holding back. He said he's been holding back calling her out for so many years, and then finally this happens, and he said, you know what? I'm calling her out right now. She lied. None of this happened. She's a drama queen. This has been going on for years, and I'm done with it. I'm sick and tired of the lies, and I'm calling her out right now.
So the camp manager's name is Lewandowski. Lewandowski, and apparently he has a reputation for being rough. Like that's just what he does. And so, what you just said about that article discrediting her is the article is true. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying that kind of stuff, but if you look up, USAtoday.com, they've got an article there that says that Corey Lewandowski absolutely 100% denies even touching her.
It looks like he doesn't touch her.
No.
I mean, I saw the video. They did a slow motion. They have a viral video on YouTube about that shows it, and they did a slow motion, and they highlighted the space between her and him, and they never diverge. Converge. They don't touch each other.
Right. It's Michelle. Her name. Yeah, her name is Michelle Fields, and it's just amazing that. Why would you come after a presidential candidate who's exiting the building? Why would you try to get in between him and the Secret Service to begin with? What are you doing?
That's not a good idea, to get between the Secret Service. You know, I hate to compare American politics to anything foreign whatsoever, but they got this rule in England, and it's a good reason. There's a good reason why it's not a rule; it's a law. It's a law in England that you are not allowed to speak to the Queen unless she addresses you.
Right.
And if you violate that rule, you'd be arrested, and I don't think that should be a rule here in America. But I do, just to kind of segue a similar situation, in America, if you are being guarded by the Secret Service, you have to be invited in between the space that between the Secret Service and the politician. If you want to go in between that tiny little space, you better damn well be invited, or else you're going to be taken down hard.
Right.
You don't just go between that.
Right. She's coming up to the side of Trump, flanked. She's not directly 90 degrees from Trump. She's kind of behind his shoulder, coming up to him with her cell phone out as if she's recording her question to Trump as Trump is exiting. In between her and Trump is Secret Service, and then Lewandowski is on the other side. CNN is saying that our video shows a different angle. Or sorry, not CNN. C-SPAN is saying that we have a different angle that clearly shows Corey grabbing her. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it's virtually impossible to tell because there's a crowd of people. There's a crowd of people.
I don't know what they're talking about, clearly anything. I thought that the video was, at the very best, inconclusive.
Yeah, at the very best, inconclusive. There are they're speculating with photos of the video, still shots of the video. They show where Corey stands, where Secret Service stands, and where Michelle stands. And in the still shots, Michelle and Corey are not close to each other.
Well, what did you see? Because I didn't see anybody getting taken down. I saw a crowd of people exiting in one direction. I didn't see any kind of scuffle or any kind of a grab or a takedown or anything. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No, I don't know. And she's claiming the bruises and stuff.
The bruises were long after the fact. And don't forget, it's been established by her colleagues that it's her number one goal in every single thing she does is to make herself the focus of the news.
Wow. Well, I can see. I'm going to try and mute this real quick. Okay. I can see where she does. I know who she is now. I can see where she does that. And as Trump is leaving the building, Corey is flanked on his left with Secret Service. And, I mean, it's just really... I'm not seeing anybody falling down.
No, I haven't seen that.
As he's walking out, Trump is leaving. Trump is gone. The video's over.
Well, I'm not.
There's nobody on the ground.
That.
There's no. If there was somebody on the ground, all those reporters. Oh, by the way, Trump is walking through a sea of reporters with cameras. If there was a reporter almost on the ground, the cameras would shift to her.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on.
Okay. I don't mean to. This is a little bit tinfoil hat here. My conclusion, I mean.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I have so the video I watched had audio, and you could hear what sounds like a woman who is off screen from the video that was being shot. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that to her." Oh my! Yes, that's exactly what she says in the video. Now here's the thing:
it could be
you don't
added.
see her.
It could have been added later.
It could have been. That's a little bit tinfoil hat, but I was thinking they could have thrown that audio over the top. They could have dubbed that over the top.
Sure.
But that's the only indication at all in that video that something may have happened. Is that there was a reaction by a voice off screen that says, "Oh my God, did you see that? I can't believe they did that to her."
Right. Okay.
And I'm like, did what to who? You know, I'm looking at the video like, what? I missed everything.
Okay, so after this sound clip of Ted Cruz going completely off the rails by calling, he was literally calling Trump the leader of a violent movement. He said He said the violence starts at the top.
Oh, right, and that's what I wanted to comment on when I was listening. That right there, if he had just left out that one sentence, I wholeheartedly agree with everything he said, and I thought it was a great statement. But when he added that on, it was like, oh, you just had to, didn't you? You could tell they went into the think tank. They went into that room with the boardroom, with the long table and like 12 seats around it, a small room that you get at the Marriott when you stay there,
right?
Or at the Sheraton. They all got into one of those rooms and said, what can we do to make a jab at Trump to try to maximize either the damage to Trump or to maximize the help to us? What can we say? And, when they decided that sentence needed to be added on to that statement, that was a huge blunder, a huge blunder.
Okay, so after him making these statements, here's the fallout. Apparently, and I talked to a reporter that was in Chicago days before the event, leading up to the event, and she's a young girl. She's probably in her 20s. She's not a reporter in front of the camera. She's like maybe she writes articles, and she was with a cameraman with a still camera, and she was talking to her other counterpart there at the rally today, and I was just standing there watching them talk and listening to them, and they were going. She was informing her friend about how the tension and the violence was weeks leading up to this event, knowing this event was going down. They intentionally wanted to get something started. They wanted to cause something. And she said, never in my life have I ever been so fearful. I literally thought this was it. I'm in the middle of a mob scene, and I'm probably going to die tonight.
Now, who said this?
She was a reporter for one of the news outlets that was covering the Trump event tonight. And she flies around the country covering nothing but Trump events. So tonight she was to take off and fly to Florida, and they were talking about how they're going to be on the beach in Florida. And then another reporter came up and said, "Oh, you didn't hear?" She's like, "What?" "Yeah, that's canceled." And she was with a different news outlet. She said, "What do you mean it's canceled?" She said, "Yep. Yeah, I canceled my flight. Trump tonight is going to Youngstown, Ohio, not Florida, because he's needed in Ohio, not Florida." It's breaking news.
I mean, he's leading.
That's breaking news
by I don't know, 15 points.
Some have him up.
Florida?
Some have him up 23.
Okay, well, and that almost. I mean, you never know when it comes to stealing elections, like when Cruz stole Kansas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what happened with Kansas. Sorry, all you Trump Cruz supporters listening right now. I'm sorry. It's possible there was no play, but I've never heard of nothing like that. There was a 70-point swing between the polls and the actual election. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But anyway,
no, you're absolutely
no. But what so barring any kind of a 70-point swing, I would say that there's just no way Trump loses Florida. So why not?
Okay, here I'm looking at the polls right now. Here's the polls right now. There's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 polls, and this is the highest polled state. I haven't seen any states that have been polled this much and this hardcore.
Florida?
Yeah, Florida. And the latest, we're talking between the dates of March 4th and March 11th, which was 2 days ago. So the last poll they took was Oh, Friday, Black Friday, Riot Friday. And
right, was that the day that the riot happened?
yes, Riot Friday.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so the highest they have him up is at 23. The average, the highest is 23. The lowest is